Today we are starting with Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is about equations of lines and functions. Okay, let's go ahead and review just a little bit about plotting points on a coordinate system. So we want to go ahead and look at our Cartesian coordinate system, where you have two lines that intersect each other. They're perpendicular. Your horizontal line is the x-axis and your vertical line is the y-axis. The point where the two lines intersect is what we call as the origin, and the coordinates for this point is 0, 0. When you write an ordered pair, and by ordered pair we mean this form here, your first number, your first value always represents the x value or the x coordinate, and of course the second number or the y value represents the y coordinate. The other thing you will also notice is when you have your Cartesian coordinate system, the two lines form four different sections. We call each of these sections quadrants, and they are in the order quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and the quadrant 4. Okay. Now, of course, when you're trying to plot points on a Cartesian coordinate system, you always look for the x value and the y value, and you will go ahead and plot those points. So let's just look at some basic plotting here. Let's say we are trying to plot the point 4, 5. You have your x and y axis. Go ahead and draw your Cartesian system. Now when you're talking about the point 4, you go 4 units on your x-axis and 5 units on your y-axis, and right there will be your point 4 and 5. And again, remember, 4 represents the x and 5 represents the y coordinate. Now what these points, these ordered pairs represent really is a solution to an equation in two variables. So let's say we have this equation here, two x plus 3y equals 12. Let's say we're trying to find the solution to this equation here. Basically, the solution will be in the form of your ordered pair, where x will represent the value for your x variable and y represents the solution or the value for your y variable. We want to try and determine if this ordered pair 12, negative 4 is a solution to our given equation or not. Okay, so what you will do is basically substitute for your x and y variables, and you will end up with 2 times 12 plus 3 times negative 4 equals 12. And we want to try and see if we can come up with a true statement or not. Alright, so you have 24 minus 12 equals 12. And you can see that we end up with a true statement. And this, of course, tells us that 12, negative 4 is a solution for our equation. You can do the same thing with the ordered pair 8, negative 6. Again, we're trying to decide if that is a solution to our given equation. Doing the same thing as we did earlier, we will go ahead and substitute for our x and y. And again, we want to try and see if we end up with a true statement. And you will see that we end up with negative 2 equals 12. And of course, that is not a true statement. It's a false statement, and that tells us that the ordered pair 8, negative 6 is not a solution for our given equation. Now you can find many different solutions to a given equation. All you have to do is select a value for one of the variables and plug that into your equation and find the other variable. So let's say we're trying to find more solutions for our equation. So let's say I want to select x equals 0. I'm selecting x equals 0. I'll plug that into my equation, and I will solve my equation for y. So that gives me 0 plus 3y equals 12, or 3y equals 12, because of course 0 is 0, and you can calculate your value for y, and you will see that we ended up with y equals 4, and that gives us a new ordered pair 0, 4, which is also a solution to our given equation. In the same manner, you could have selected y as 0, and using that value, you could have also come up with the value for x, and let's see, we end up with and again you will see that we have a new ordered pair now, 6, 0, and this is also a solution to my given equation. So we can conclude that an equation with two variables will have infinite number of solutions. You just pick one value for x and find y, or pick one value for y and find your x. And usually we always represent the solution to equations in terms of ordered pairs. You'll always write them in the x, comma, y format. Now equations of this form, 2x plus 3y equals 12, is what we call a first degree equation. And the reason we call them first degree equation is because you will see both our variables x and y have a power not greater than 1. All the powers on my equation here are 1, and therefore it's a first degree equation. Graphs of these equations, of any first degree equation, is a straight line. Okay. Since the graphs of these equations are straight lines, sometimes you will also see or hear them being referred to as a linear equation. So anytime you hear the term linear equation, you know that the graph of these equations is going to be a straight line. The standard form for linear equations is the form ax plus by equals c, where your a, b, and c are real numbers and your values a and b are not equal to 0. Okay. Well, so that gives you a general idea of what your linear equations or first degree equations look like and what their solutions will look like. Basically, they will be ordered pairs with your x and y coordinates.